What a game. Icardi's back. Osimhen is back. Galatasaray wins again. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Galatasaray Show. With you today is a tired and happy Brad and a tired and happy Serkan. I have a question for Serkan and all of you. Are there some days without Galatasaray in your life? Your life would just be totally shit?
This is our happy moment. We get to see Galatasaray every single week. I agree.
So, tomorrow we're going to drive 8 hours and take my son Arda to college. Any of you that have done this, as you can assume, Ugan, Arnhem, Tungun, Aridor. Gozlasha. It was a long, long day of packing everything we would pack. She would cry. So thank God we had this game today. We won this game. Barish scored again. And we had the dramatic return of Icardi months ahead of schedule and Victor Osimhen at the same time. Tell me how you feel, Serkan.
I feel great. Icardi is a legend. I mean, we have so much love for Osimhen, but Icardi is something else.
You know who else I love?
Who?
Torreira. He takes that pass away, could have shot it himself, had Osimhen on the other side, and he just lays it in. And Icardi, the smooth professional he is, Karim Arcaturlo would have shot that ball 20 feet over the goal. Icardi,
we've seen that before.
Like the smooth operator he is, slides it right in for the third goal. It was beautiful, I tell you. I got goosebumps. It was beautiful. I didn't cut the match off. When the match was over, I just kept watching. Yeah, again, a great start. Barish, what a great goal. The long shot down the field, he outraces the defender, outraces him, takes the ball from him, possesses it good enough, and slots it in with his right foot between the keeper's legs.
I'm telling you, that guy is the next Burak Yilmaz.
We cannot sell this guy. We cannot sell this guy. And this Saudi Arabian club that they were talking about selling him to, there's another channel I like called HTTC Sevens. Did a in-depth video on like this. It's a fake town. It's not even a city. It's this like soccer club in the middle of the desert that they're trying to build so Saudi Arabia can host the World Cup. And the club has tons of money because it's like state owned and it's oil money from a prince. But there's like no fans and there's just nothing around it but like sand and camels. Yeah. I wondered when I saw the team, I'm like, who is this team? So I looked him up on YouTube and I saw this video about him.
50 million euros.
I know, but who would want to play there?
Doesn't matter. I mean, I don't care. As long as I get my 50 million, who cares?
Well,
we'll buy him back. We'll buy him back next year.
Well, that's the problem with transfers, though, right? The agent would want that. Barish wants Champions League. Barish wants to go to Europe. He doesn't want to go to the desert.
Yeah, I'm joking. So, Nelson, I mean, we were talking about like 17, 18 million euros back in 2023 when Nelson played in the Champions League. He was playing good. In fact, Sanchez was on the bench and Nelson was playing. When they say like Nelson is only worth like 12 million, people were like, no, at least 18, 19. No, we're trying to sell Nelson for like 4 million. No one is coming up with that kind of money anymore. So if a club in Saudi Arabia or in Kuwait or in China gives him 50 million, I think we shall take it. It's a one-time opportunity, and that opportunity will not come back again.
Yeah, but the problem is, you see how valuable that he is. And if we're wanting to win, I sound like a broken record. If we want to win the Champions League, if we want to win the league and the cup, and we sell him, then what are we going to bring in to take his place? Zaniolo's not going to do what he's doing. And so I want to win this year. I'm not worried about 5 years down the road. You hear people ask, would you suck for the next like 5 or 10 years to win the Champions League this year, win the league this year. I would almost do it.
But how are we going to do that, though? We can't just keep buying players and selling no one. I mean, we got to sell. See, we have like 27, 28 players in our squad. We got rid of Morata. We got rid of Kern. We got rid of Cuesta. I mean, the deal has not completed yet.
Well,
But
and let me just say right now, Getchmis Olsen, I know he's your favorite player. And the fact that he's leaving,
I'm so sad that he's going
I know that's
to
going to
one
leave
of
you
my
heartbroken.
favorite players.
Well,
That guy.
but back to the game. The after the Barish goal, it looked like the midfield was. Sara was playing pretty well, but the midfield looked a little lost. You can and what we're about to talk about, I think, drives the point home of our last video is that Sané looks out of place right now in only his second game with the team. He was losing the ball. He wasn't keeping possession. He kept passing the ball back, just doing back and forth passes. Didn't look fluid at all. And I watched one of the fan cam shows about an hour ago, and you kept hearing fans saying, "Oh, you got to give him time. Give him time. By September or October, Sané is going to be great." And I totally agree with them. But this drives the point home, right? We need the right back like yesterday. We need the new midfielder yesterday because it's going to take them until the middle of September, easy to lock in with the team. So will Sané be ready for Champions League? Sure, that's a month from now. He'll be ready, but nobody that we buy right now is going to be ready. So kind of talk about what you saw in the midfield kind of after the Barish goal until kind of deep in the second half.
I felt as if they were
And this was, I'm sorry,
session.
And this was against a 10-man team after they picked the red card up in the first half.
The only player that kind of played well, maybe Shalai in the first 25, 30 minutes other than Barish. The rest was just sleeping. I mean, maybe they were daydreaming. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't recognize our team. We couldn't get the possession. That was our first problem to start with.
I forgot Eunice was even playing for about 20 minutes.
I think he only touched the ball like 3 times in the first half.
Yeah.
And Sané was actually, he was thinking fast. So he wanted to build some triangles in the game, which he couldn't because the other players were not aligning by any means. We gotta give some time so that he can adjust his game style to the team.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think about Sané. I'm hearing that they're saying Sané is the Zaha. No, I don't agree with that. So Sané came from Bayern Munich and Zaha came from Crystal Palace. Those are 2 different teams.
Absolutely.
Zaha was the leader in the Crystal Palace team. Sané wasn't the leader in Bayern Munich. He was one of the better players in the team. So Sané has a lot to offer. We just haven't seen any of those, and I'm not blaming that guy.
Well, and one thing you always heard when he was at Bayern was he was never an excited looking player. He never like smiled. That's just kind of who he is. So that kind of like this face, that's just his.
That's his personality.
That's it. That's not because he's not disinterested. Go back and watch him at Bayern. That's how he looked there as well. See, I agree with you. I don't see him as a. I don't know how someone could be disinterested in playing here when they look around, especially after our stars came back. They look around and see these players with these names on the back of their jerseys playing with them.
He'll get better over time. I'm not worried about him. He'll definitely get better over time.
All right, so Bar scores. They get the red card. Sadly, and this seems to be like a thing with Galatasaray, we didn't seem to be able to exploit them having 10 men. Like, I hate to even say this, but under Mourinho with Fenerbahce, when they get a team down to 10 men, they just attack them and go for blood.
They always start like this.
We get a team down to 10 men, we play exactly the same. We play exactly the same. Yeah, we play worse. We play worse when there's 10 men.
We play worse. I agree. That's how we always start. We start slow, then gradually we increase our performance. I'm not worried about our performance right now. I'm just worried that we don't have any backups. When Lamina was injured, I think it was in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that came up to my mind, okay, who is the replacement? Who are we gonna bring from the bench?
It's your
I
boy Burkhan.
Was he on the bench today? He was? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me our last conversation about the players on the bench.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he gonna be able to replace Torreya, or is he gonna be able to replace Lemina?
Well, not today. And let's go to this was a statement that he made after the game. He said, "Right now we have Davison Sanchez and Abdul Karim. They carried the load last season. We use Khan there. Arda has also been a good option for us there, but they didn't play him today. The profile I'm looking for is a player who can play both right back and center back. I'm thinking of a right-footed player, a player who can play both center back and right back. We have two center backs. We're looking for a player we can use if something happens to them."
And we know who this guy is, right? He's talking about the guy from Monaco.
Who's that?
Singo is the name.
Yeah, that's the guy we talked about in the last episode. So since we did that, I haven't seen anything else really about the transfer. I've seen a lot of stuff about Ederson, but I haven't seen anything about Singo.
I think we're still negotiating the terms. I know time is running. Time is running. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the game went on, and then the moment we've been waiting for, here comes Victor Osimhen, and he immediately is on the attack. He comes in, one's outside, he shoots one outside, and then the cross comes in that he's going to score, but the defender scores it for us and puts us up 2-0. And that would not have been an own goal if not for Osimhen lurking on the other side, and teams are scared to death of him. You saw right away when he came in how much more the attack blossomed because they're scared. They respect him so much, and they're scared to death of him.
When Burch was playing, he played striker, but he's not one of those typical strikers. He usually gets into the box, tries to dribble, and use his physical abilities, knock down the guy, get the ball. Osimhen, he's a different character. He has all these good skills.
It's why he's considered one of the top 5 strikers in the world. Character, and so that puts us up 2-0. And then the shocker. So I was shocked. Serkan messaged me and said Icardi's on the bench, and here we were thinking this guy's going to come back like in a month or two. And so I'm just thinking he's there because he's the captain. It's great to have him on the bench. But then the game's going on, and you hear the crowd erupt. Just the crowd erupts, and like the ball's like in the middle of the field, and the announcer's like, Icardi's getting ready, right? And then like I get excited, like I get goosebumps. Then you see him standing there. He comes in, the place just goes bananas. It was just awesome.
I mean, again, we have Osimhen, but Icardi is a different story.
And check this out. This little girl from the crowd, she has been all over social media since the game today. It's going to be one of the iconic photos that's just going to it's going to run all season long. Whoever this girl is, I hope she cashes in on it.
And Icardi actually saw that picture and he kind of got emotional.
Well, if you know him, I'm kind of active on Twitter. So that's been one of a tweet I put out today that's been pretty popular. I said, this encapsulates the reason Icardi is going to make sure there's no Fenerbahce fans in 15 years. Because all these kids, they're going to be walking around with Icardi and Osimhen jerseys. I mean, you remember the Fenerbahce story from this summer where grandpa, or somebody, a dad or somebody buys the kid a Fenerbahce jersey, the Fenerbahce fans, and goes, whose name do you want to put on it? And the kid goes, Osimhen.
There is a picture that Galatasaray's official website posted right after the game. In the picture, there was Osimhen, Icardi, and Sané. And they made a note in the bottom. They said, this picture was not generated by AI.
Oh, yeah, and somebody put up a picture and compared it to Aaron Dirty Oak and a couple other people from a few years back to what we were to what we have now.
Good old days. Good old days. There's another player that I want to talk about, and I have so much respect for that guy. You want to guess who that guy is?
Gini. the goalkeeper supreme,
Yeah.
who has not let a goal in both games, and he's clearly showing management we do not need to spend money on a keeper. We can spend that on a right back and a central defender and a midfielder and do all these great things.
Well,
The reflexes like a cat. Duvar Gibby, yeah, Duvar Gibby.
I know you like Gini, but lie,
Shall
right?
I? Shall I? Yeah, shall I?
Lie. So that guy, I have so much respect for him because that guy does everything, a little bit of everything. I mean, he's not perfect with his passes, with his shots, with his dribbles, but that guy offers a little bit of everything. That's why we gotta keep him in the team. A lot of people are criticizing him because they think he's not a good fit for the squad that we have or for the tactic that we're playing in.
Really?
Yeah, but I've been reading this like since May. They're like, we gotta sell Shalai and bring another player from Germany, from Italy.
Well, you need players like Barish who can play winger, striker, right back. Shalai who can go up and down the field. Khan who can move all around the defensive midfield and back line. You need players that they're what we call like a utility player, right? They're not great at any one position, but they're good at several. And players like that can cover a lot of a team's deficiencies on the bench. They're almost like having two or three players in one.
He's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, I like him too. I remember in the first half, he made a great run where he came up and he actually turned and passed the ball back and across to set up a good. We didn't get the goal, but it was a great
I mean,
pass.
if he was that good, he wouldn't have played for Galatasaray.
That's right. Well,
There's a reason why he's playing for us,
well,
right?
and when we signed the guy, I had no idea that we were getting what we've got and that he would kind of grow into what he is now. All right, so we win the game 3-0. We're now 2-0. You see here we're on top of the table, 6 points and six goals. So we've started the season great, but the team's saying all the great things. We should win these games. These games are important to us, but it's Europe we're looking to. So now that Icardi and Osimhen is back, they're back. I assume that Osimhen is still ahead of Icardi. What do you kind of think? Do you think next week that Osimhen will start?
I think he's gonna start next week. But I wonder
Ajabo.
who we are gonna take out because we have Sane, Barish, and Yunus. And see, that's a tough decision to make. We
I
either
would.
take out one of our midfielders. Oh, Lemina was injured,
Mm-hmm.
so he may not be able to play in the next game. We have this chance to play two strikers at the same time, Barish and Osimhen,
Oh, that'd be fun.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's our. Who are we playing with next week? Kayserispor. Okay, and that's gonna be an away game, right?
It will be
Okay,
the plasma.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, here's our chance to play two strikers. And when Icardi gets healthy, maybe he can play with Osimhen. It's like when we play with Kasım Pasha, when we play with Karagümrük, Kayserispor. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't be playing with two strikers,
I agree.
right?
Cut him to pieces. Cut him to pieces. Undefeated in the league. And going to bed tonight, we're 6 points ahead of Fenerbahce. Thanks for watching. Howdy, Jim Bom Bom.
Thank you.